Joining us now is Carol Tabakhor. She joins us with Make-A-Wish Iowa. She's the Director of Development. She's joining us now to talk about Make-A-Wish. We're living in a time where there's a global pandemic, but we also know that still every minute there is a child diagnosed with a critical illness. Carol, you're joining us to give us a little insight. How does Make-A-Wish still grant wishes during a time of a pandemic like this?
You know, the biggest change for us right now during the pandemic is that we're not able to grant travel wishes. Kids who have a critical illness just aren't able to travel in this atmosphere. So some of them are waiting for their wish, and that's where hope really becomes essential. And we're still providing that to them by sending them small gifts. We had some volunteers make up buckets of sunshine. As far as the other wishes go, we are granting lots of wishes to have. So a big thing right now are actually travel trailers, because that way some kids can travel who wouldn't have been able to otherwise. In fact, with the storm that we had recently in Iowa, we had a family with a kiddo who got a travel trailer, and they've been living in it for the last few weeks because a tree fell on their house. But otherwise, shopping sprees and room makeovers, swimming pools, those are the kind of wishes that we're able to grant right now. And the biggest news for that is those are kind of really expensive wishes. You know, a swimming pool with an adaptable chair that can get you in and out of the pool costs quite a bit more than a trip to Disney would.
When we talk about granting these wishes, every dollar truly does count. Again, every dollar raised during the BTB.net Potathon on September 5th will go to Make-A-Wish. How do these dollars really work to stay local to help these kids get their wish granted?
So in Iowa, right now, 74% of every dollar raised goes directly to a wish. And it doesn't really matter the amount. If you're talking, say you could make, $100 gift, that would help for a send-off party for the kid, meaning that when we actually present their wish to them, we also give them a little bit of a party in one way or another and relate that to their wish. Or at the $300 level, it could offer accessories for a photography wish. At the $500 level, it might be a fancy dress for a sweet 16 or a quinceanera. And then if you're even at like the $10,000 level, we count that as actually paying for the entire wish. So the average cost of a wish in Iowa right now is a little over $13,000, but we do know we're going to get some in-kind donations to help cover those fees.
Wonderful. And I have to ask, when you get the news that you can grant a wish, how does that quite work? I'm kind of always curious. Are you waiting for like that dollar amount to hit and then that goal is achieved? How does the planning work in that regard?
So we're constantly fundraising. That never stops. And so we've never, ever had to actually turn a wish away. And we hope that doesn't happen. For the past several years, from the beginning of a child actually comes to us needing a wish to the time they have their wish happen, it's been about 12 months. Because of COVID right now, it's about 30 months to make that happen. And part of that, like I said, is because wishes are waiting. But from the time that a kiddo comes to us and we know that they have a critical illness, we've already had fundraising happening, all year long. So it's a matter of sometimes when they can make the wish happen, sometimes they are in the middle of treatment and they want to wait until that treatment has ended. In some cases, say a celebrity wish, they have to wait till the celebrity can fit it into their schedule. And right now that's all virtual, but it really is dependent on the child and what wish they choose on how soon that wish can happen. As far as the funds go, like I said, we're fundraising all the time. That never ends. Either events, individual donors, corporate donors, we're always accepting donations.
If we can, let's go and talk about some of those wishes that you have helped grant, Carol, because We're going to get together on Saturday. We're going to talk a lot of Star Wars for 12 hours and try to raise some money. We have some kids that they've asked for Star Wars specific wishes. Can you tell me a little about Evan? What's Evan's story?
So Evan actually was 2 years old, and his specific wish was to go to Disney. And what he found there was that he loved Star Wars. And unfortunately, Evan has passed away, but he had malignant neoplasm, and he was from Des Moines, and that was considered a rush wish. And what that means is we know that kiddo can't wait. We have to turn that wish around as quickly as possible. And again, those wishes cost a little bit more because you can't plan those in advance like you can a trip to, say, London. And we actually had a kiddo in 2016 whose wish was to go watch the filming of Star Wars 8. And so he got to go to London to do that. And at that point, he was 9 years old. And to make that wish come true was pretty phenomenal and took a lot of planning.
What can you tell me about Aiden? Because Aiden seems like another kiddo that he got the wish of a lifetime.
He did get a wish of a lifetime. So Aiden truly wanted to meet the Star Wars characters. And so he went to Disney World to do that. He's a 9-year-old from Pleasant Hill. He is nonverbal, but he got to do the Jedi training. So him and his siblings got to do that together one at a time. And it made his trip to be able to actually do the Jedi training.
Can you tell me, because I think this is a big misunderstanding, Carol, is that Make a Wish grants wishes for all kids. It's not a case where all these children are terminally ill. And my goodness, there are a lot, and it's so important to comfort them, but you provide comfort and joy to so many more kids. Why does that misconception exist?
So I think originally when Make a Wish was formed, that was kind of the concept that we granted wishes to terminal children, but it has since changed so much. Now that we're granting wishes to children with critical illnesses, we're seeing kids get better. In fact, the wish is helping kids get better. We're offering them hope, strength, and joy. And we're finding that doctors are telling us, families are telling us that the wish should be part of their treatment protocol because it really is helping them cope with their illness more. It's bringing them out of depression sometimes because kids who are in the hospital a lot, they don't get to spend time with their brothers, sisters, aunts, uncles. One parent usually is in the hospital with them while the other's at home, or grandparents, or others are taking care of their siblings. So when a wish is granted, the whole family is involved in that wish because we think that's part of the healing process as well. And so we're pretty proud to be able to say the wish actually is helping kids get better.
How cool is that? And I'm curious, after this Saturday, we can all continue to help Make a Wish and its mission to grant these wishes to kids across the country, some in our respective state, but of course, Make a Wish America helps kids across the country. How does someone like me, just someone off the street, get involved and help you grant a wish?
There are so many different ways. Come to our events. Those have been limited because of COVID, but our biggest event of the year is coming in this fall. It starts on Black Friday, and it's called Jolly Holiday Lights. It's a Christmas light display drive-through, so it is socially distanced already. Last year, we had over 23,000 cars come through that event, and we're able to grant 80 wishes just from that event. It's kind of a tradition for people in the Des Moines area because it happens at the Adventureland campground. But for $20 a car, you can have an evening of cheap entertainment. You can even, take your pizza along in the car with you. But any of our events are a great way to help out. You can make online donations. In fact, you can set up monthly online donations and get to those, different goals of, I want to be able to grant an entire wish, or I want to be able to, pay luggage for a family that might be traveling. You can hold your own event. We have a lot of people who do external events. So they do a golf tournament or some type of coin drive. And those are always very much welcomed. And in The last thing you can really do that helps is volunteer. We always need volunteers to help with our events, but also help grant wishes, because our volunteers are our wish granters. And there is some training involved, and it does take a little bit of effort on your part. But our volunteers are the ones who go out and meet with the wish families and become the face of Make a Wish. So, in all of those ways, you can help truly grant a wish and partner with us.
Carol, I just want to say thank you so much for your time today and speaking about the mission of Make a Wish, what we do across the nation, what we do state by state. Before I let you go, is there anything that I have not asked you or you have not said that you'd like to include before we let you go today?
Just really, I think our point right now is that granting wishes provides hope. And you hear about, all of the essential workers during this pandemic. We feel like hope is essential. And that's what we're trying to promote.
Carol, it has been an absolute pleasure to get to know you here in the last couple of days, to meet you, to hear from you, and learn about Make a Wish. We look forward to hopefully being able to grant a wish or two by the end of our podathon. And if there's anything else we can ever do for Make a Wish, let us know. We're always happy to help.
Thank you.